What is going on, guys? Noonan here with mmorpg, bringing your first look and impressions video into WindGlory, a free-to-play browser-based mmorpg. Now I've just logged into the game, and basically we're just kind of going over the early questing, the combat, and really checking out the game and getting a good feel for it. Now, as you can see here, I just did a quick dungeon right over there, but we're going to go ahead and complete that, go over back to the main city. We're going to go over some of the questing, and basically as you can recognize, the interface of the game is really familiar, nothing we haven't seen before. Just like lots of other browser-based MMORPGs, we have our questing, we have our dialogue over here, and the game doesn't have it does have an auto-tracking feature, so it is not very uncommon. It seems like it's nothing new, it's something that we have seen before, but I mean, the art style to the game is really nice, and the combat is really flashy, which makes it fun to kind of look at and partake in. But the problem I had with most of these games is I wish I had more of a you playing a part in the game as opposed to the game playing itself kind of for you. So we're gonna go ahead. You can see there's lots of dialogue, there's lots of story to the game, so that's good. It's always nice to have a story along with it. So if you guys choose to read the dialogue and kind of get into the story, I strongly suggest you should, because I'm sure there's an interesting story going along with the game. So here we are, we have the weaponsmith. We're going to go over different features and other stuff like that, which is pretty common in early tutorial missions. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade our weapon, get some good enhancement on our gear, and really just become stronger so we can take down opponents much, much easier. So there we go, we've just enhanced our weapon. Let's go see if we can enhance it a few more times. No, we can't enhance it anymore, but I like that. I do like how the enhancing or the weaponsmithing system in this game is extremely simple, and I think that's really great. Some games kind of make it really complicated. You got to collect lots of different loot and stuff like that to really get the best weapons. This one is basically, you're probably going to be grinding out a lot of dungeons, which I'm perfectly fine with because the combat in this game is really flashy and fun to look at. So, grinding out a lot of dungeons, really gathering up a lot of money, farming it, and just, upgrading your weapons, your gear as much as you can to become extremely powerful. So, we'll go ahead and X out of that. We're going to go ahead and pick up our next quest. Then we're going to go ahead and skip the dialogue, and I believe we're going to go on to our next dungeon over here. So there we are. We're in the third dungeon. I already took on these two because I was just trying to get a good feel for the game. So we're going to go ahead and enter those, and we shouldn't have too much of a problem. The early leveling dungeons are very, very easy. They're not too much of a challenge. And as you can see, the skill sets in this game are extremely flashy and fun to look at, which is why I enjoy the combat in this game. I mean, it does play itself for you. There's not really much you have to do on your part, but I mean, the skills are really great. They really have a nice design and art style to them, and it's just, like I said, really, really fun to look at, which I'm enjoying quite a bit. So, we didn't have too much taking that enemy out. It did take a little bit longer than the past few dungeons, so there was a little bit of a battle there, which is nice to see. The difficulty progression is getting up there the further we go along, and we only got 1 star this time. So, as you can see, it is worth upgrading your gear pretty often and coming back to kind of get that 3 stars and maximize the rewards you get in each dungeon. So, each dungeon in the game is not really a one-time go. It is worth going back the stronger you get, so that way you can completely obliterate them and take out the enemies pretty much one shot and really strive for those 3 stars. So, let's go ahead and turn into this quest over here. We got some gold, we got some rewards. We're going to go ahead and talk to this guy, turn the quest in. There we go, we leveled up, we got some stat boost, and let's go ahead and pick up our next quest, and I believe we're going to go on to the 4th dungeon and take on the next enemy. There we go. So, okay, so we're kind of steering in a new path over here, it seems. That's right. We're going to go ahead, hit enter, take on the next enemy, and hopefully this will be a little bit more difficult. Oh, there we go. So this game, it kind of changes it up right now. So as you can see, it is, the combat really did change quite drastically. It kind of went into, what feels like, not so much Space Invaders, but, something kind of along the similar, concept. I mean, that's pretty interesting. It's kind of new and different to see in a browser-based MMORPG, other than the normal questing and combat that you normally see. This kind of does change the pace and make it, really fun, kind of interesting, and makes me kind of want to play more levels like this. I hope that they do implement a lot more, and I think this is really great. I think I'm having a lot of fun with this right now. This really did catch me by surprise, but it's great. It's a good job. It's a little bit of a challenge, and I hope each level like this does get more difficult with bosses and stuff like that, which would make the game really, really interesting and stand out quite a bit from other browser-based MMORPGs. So let's go ahead and keep continuing. We're going to dodge the the bombs over here, these fireballs. Take these guys out. Ooh, he takes quite a bit of damage. We don't want to get hit and die, so we're going to do a good job trying to kite these projectiles. There we go. So if we can get close to him and get quicker shots off. There we go. And we took him out. Wasn't too bad. I mean, for a boss, or that last enemy, he wasn't too big or overwhelming. I kind of want to see some big bosses with some really, really hard mechanics in levels like this. I think that makes this really much more enjoyable and makes this game extremely interesting and a lot of fun. I'd really love to see more levels like this. So that is really great. I gotta say, this game did feel like other browser-based MMORPGs, but this did change up the pace and make it really interesting and fun, and I'm glad that they implemented something like this, because like I said, the game really stands out now. So, if you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe for more, but until next time guys, I will talk to you later.